Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We are back with my garage, and today I want to try and finish off this this project here. If I remember correctly, as it's been about a week since I last played the game, if not a bit longer. I was just going to build this into just a car to have fun with, and to see how fast we can actually make it. So just going to move it. In fact, why am I pushing it to move it when it does run and drive? It's not going to run and drive, is it? Because I haven't got a fuel tank in it. Whoops. Well, push it is then. Whoa, don't hit that one. Oh yeah. The question is, what sort of engine do I stick in this? Do I go for an i6? Turbo i4 maybe? Supercharged V8? Because I actually haven't got a supercharged lad. I might do that actually. But first, get it onto the lift because it needs some suspension work on this left side. Here we go. You may have noticed that I didn't upload any videos last week. That's because I was just super busy. Every day, long days as well. And by the time I'd gotten home, I was just too tired to do anything. So, as it is Sunday today, I'm going to try and record all 3 videos for the week. Today, I don't think my week's going to be as busy as it was last week, but I figured I'd rather have the videos done out of the way and ready to upload for you guys rather than risk another week of no uploads. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do after this one actually. So you've still got 2 brake pads in. Where are you, front or rear? Your rears might actually need you for this car. You must be the fronts. Got an odd wheel here. Where can I stick that? Cannot remember why I've got this. Did I get this for I must have got this for either, what is it? Is this a Chad or a Bart seat? It is for the Bart. Maybe one of them's worn out and that's why I got it. Right. Put the last lifting arm under. I think that tyre might be bald. We'll find out in a minute. Let's get it up on the lift. We've got some rust to get rid of. I'm not actually too worried about the rust. Not for what I plan to do with this anyway. Ooh, so we have upper and lower control arm on this side, along with shock. Well, that explains why it's sitting on the wonky side. What about the spring? Spring's broken as well. Everything is shot on that side then. What about up here? Can't actually see the spring. I think it's just the tie rod that's shot this side. And the fact this does lean over on the front as well, that spring could be broken. I bet it is. Yeah, that tyre's bald, so I'm going to want new tyres. I'm changing the wheels on this anyway. Right, we need a drive shaft. And a rear control arm. Okay. Let's do a bit of part shopping. Lad. And suspension. So I need one of those, one of those, one of those, and one of those. I'll get one each of the springs. I need one rear shock and one tie rod, as far as I can tell. I'm just thinking, do I lower this? You know what, I will. So I just bought 2 ordinary springs for no reason. We'll put some stiffer shocks on it as well. I'm just experimenting with those. Right, I want to change the diff as well. My gut is telling me 4.2, but you know what? Let's just buy one of each. That way, I can just change, you know, if one doesn't work or I don't like one, I can just change it. I thought I'd better increase the size of the backpack because I've got more than 10 items here. Don't think there's going to be anything else for the underside. I've got a wrench in this toolbox. I should have, because end of last video I did have a bit of a sort through with the tools. Let's drop the wheels off. Because I don't plan on reusing these ones. I'm going to change the rims and I'm going to change tires. We're going to put some larger ones on. I might just bring this down on that lift a bit. Oops, stuck on the post. Right. It's the old tyres off. Okay, so we need this off. There's some interior junk here, so I'm just going to put it here. We need that off. And upper control arm, because that is shut. Oh, I opened the door apparently. Shock. I think the upper control arm's just vanished into the trunk. I'll grab that later. Drive shaft is drunk. E-brake is okay. Thought there was more bolts on the drive shaft than that. Oh, I was thinking of the pumpkin. I'm surprised the developer hasn't included like diff oil for this. What is that? Is that the standard? Yeah, 3 to 8. Don't want standard 1. Oh, they wouldn't have fitted anyway. I was just thinking I bought 2 of these and I've got a pile of them over here, but they're the wrong ones there for the Chads and the Barts and the F100 and F350. Right. I think at the front here it's just this tie rod, isn't it? That I can see at least. Let's just lower this a little bit. Not too low, otherwise I won't get underneath it again. I was just thinking I'm going to need an ignition coil, but I don't plan on using this engine anyway. I'll put that in something else. Ah, we have a bad caliper. Did I undo the brake hose? Oh, I did. Yes, I'm going to need a new one of them this side. The hub's okay, yeah. Knuckle is okay. Yeah, everything else seems okay. It's just a caliper. That hose is not. I didn't think it was. Right, let's start replacing stuff. So I'm going to start with 4.6 diff. See how we get on with that. Was that the trunk I just opened? Yeah. It certainly was. Right, drive shaft is next. I forgot a fuel tank. Okay. Start getting the suspension replaced. Is this the rear? Yeah. Thought I'd picked up the lower. Shows how much attention I paid to the writing at the bottom of the screen, doesn't it? Fix you in, like so. Now I need the upper. Which one's the rear? Is it this one? Yep. There is actually a visual difference between front and rear shocks as well. I'll show you. I'll just lay that one's a front, that one's a rear. See the difference in the amount of black? Front one has less here, the rear one has more. It's the same with this one. So if you ever wonder if you wanted a visual difference, just look at them like that. Right. I'm changing shocks and springs, aren't I? So we might as well remove the shocks. I'm just going to let that drop. Might be a bit of a fight to get to the top one. I want you glowing green. There we go. That rear one drop off. It did. It's gone up into the trunk though. Let's just lower this again because we need to get to the strut tops. There. And there. That's still a good shock. I was just looking for the rear upper control arm. Oh, it's there. There it is. What's that? It's a front right caliper. What for? For this. Coincidentally, it's the caliper I need. Have we got good brake pads in it? We have. Okay. We'll put that straight on then. I don't know why it was in the car. I can't remember. I must have put it in there myself. Right, that can go in the scrap pile. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the front shocks on while the car is lowered. That way I haven't got to lower it again to do the top bolts, have I? Right. Okay, that's now a spare shock. Should be able to get this rear one on as well without chucking it in the trunk. Why is the nut not glowing? Have I got to bolt it on at the bottom first? Ah, there we go. Right, now I can lift, do the lower bolts on the front shocks, and then swap the springs. There's one. There's the other. Right. I'll put that with all the other bits. Put the spanner down here as well. Grab the spring tool. Let's not forget the brake hose for this side. Yeah, I knew that one was busted. Actually, come here, I'll put you straight in the scrap pile. I've got a feeling that one's busted as well, isn't it? Yep. So we had to change springs anyway, so might as well lower it. I am planning on this being like a race car. Perhaps I should uprate the brakes if I'm building a race car. Is that front? So I was picking the springs up without looking again. I think these rear springs are actually a little bit longer than the front. One more, then we've got a load of spare parts kicking about. There we go. Put that back in there so I don't lose it. Right. Let's just have a look for brakes, because I'm sure you can get like sport brakes. Let's have a look. I've just realised whoever done the mod has spelt brakes wrong. Sorry about that, guys. The phone rang. You always get distracted at the worst possible times. Anywho, back to the game. That's what I was looking at. I was looking at the brakes, wasn't I? Are these actually going to make any braking difference, or would I be wasting my time? Well, there's only one way to find out, isn't there? But that's not going to do that all the time. That was my phone in the background beeping because it's got a message on it.
To erase all the messages, no message.
There we go. Why on a... It's a Sunday. Go away. Right. Disc. That's what we want off. Did I pick a front or a rear up? A front. It's going to let me take the disc off with the brake caliper. I'm going to let me put it on. Of course not. I think the spanner dropped in here, didn't it? Yeah, on the desk. Pick those up as well. Hiding just there is the second one. Alright, drop that down there on the disc. I'm going to change these discs. I might as well go around and do this. And they can all drop off. Right, I'm just going to grab a brake hose before I forget as well. You know what I'm like, I'll forget this, go for the first drive and end up with no brakes. There we go. 1, 2. Okay. So let's go around the car and undo. Can't. Oh, okay, that works. I'll do it that way then if it's going to work. Wrong bolt, that was for the axle. I want the calipers off, not the axle. Ooh, another bad hose. So doing these brakes weren't a bad thing then. Right, let's drop those out. I need screwdriver next. What's the top one? That's a rear. Next, front, wrong side, and that one's going to be a rear. There we go. Drop that there for a minute. Pop the calipers back on, so I'm going to need another brake hose for this side, aren't I? Let's just get the calipers and everything bolted on. Perhaps I should have checked the brake pads as well before I put those rear calipers back on. I did just have a quick look in the front of these ones, they're fine. Apart from that brake pad going through the disc. think we have bad brake pads on that one. What about this one? And possibly that one as well. It's 2 bolts, we'll have it off again. We'll have a look. Why are you not dropping off? Because I hadn't done that. Yep, we need new pads in that one. That one is fine though. Still, rather take it off and double check than leave it on there. Where am I going? Need nose. It's got to go there. Right, need my pry tool. Those ones, I believe they are the rear. Yep. And the second one. Oh, get in there. I think I will just drop that front left caliper off again and just double check it. Yep, that's fine. Right, we've got the brakes sorted. Brake sorters, drivetrain sorted aside from the engine. Guess what I need to do is have a bit of a tidy up. Why can I drop those on here? Yeah, so a bit of a tidy up. Drop these on another shelf. I think most of those are just falling straight to the floor. That's a bad cylinder. Put that on the shelf so I can forget where it is. Oh, I forgot the tie rod. Would have had no steering if I hadn't put this back on. There we go. I guess we should take a walk over to the tyre shop and pick some tyres. Let's get the tools put away so I know where they are. I don't need that. It can go in the junk pile. Anything else laying around for the junk pile? Really, I bought those sports brakes. I've got a pile of the things here. Oh well. Never mind. Let's go shopping for some tyres and some rims. I mustn't forget the fuel tank. Okay. Now I quite like the black rims. What have we got? should be 4 stud. Yep. 1, 2. Where's the other 2 bowled off to here? 1, 2. So they were R15s, weren't they? Weren't they? No, the R16s. There are 4 of those. That'll do. Get these rims on and make it a roller again. Don't think I'm going to get to the engine build this time, but I'll get some extra parts and get prepared. Right. Rim. I don't know why this is here, because that's a bit of scrap as well. One. Keep forgetting that I don't need to bend anymore to pick stuff up from the floor. Right, that's 2. At some point I'll get rid of the rust on this and spray it up a nice colour as well, but for now it's fine. In one of these episodes I'm going to take this up to the drag strip. Okay, put the wrench in here, didn't I? Right. There we go. I did this one, didn't I? Yeah. Right, you need some wind in there now. Wind in the tyres. One. Ooh. Number 2. Number 3. Where is it? There it is. Last one. When I hold the mouse still enough. There we go. Let's put this back in the toolbox. Lower it and if I just put a gas tank in it, it'll be ready to go. Brake line, it'll be under engine. I'm just going to chuck that new Dizzy on it for now. You know, just so I can start it better and move the car around. Because it is rather slow to start, so... And I plan on reusing the engine in something else. So that'll be a job done out of the way, won't it? As if I don't decide to turbo this engine, of course. So let's put it. I'm going to check the spark plugs while I'm here. Let's make sure we ain't got any bad ones that could also be contributing. Nope, that's a good one. If you want to identify a bad spark plug, it'll have a black tip, like that one. Like that one, that's a good one. You identify if your spark plug's gone bad. Okay, so it's just that one, so I need just one. Let's get these tightened back in. Now, what if it fire on 3? I'm actually curious. Let's put these plug wires back on. No, you've got to have all 4. In reality, if the engine is tuned right, it should run on 3 cylinders. In fact, I was watching a video on YouTube this morning where someone had a V8 running on 4. Okay. She should fire now. No, she's not going to fire because I ain't got no gas in the gas tank. Duh. Where's my jerry can? Pile of scrap there as well. Here it is. So it may have fired on 3 cylinders. We'll put some gas in it and we'll find out. So I'll take the spark plug out again. I'm just curious. It probably won't. But I'm curious now. Okay, put that back. Close the lid. Actually have a fish in the fish tank. It's actually spawned in the correct place. Is this one still swimming around out here though? Yep. Yay, it's raining! Right, open the lid. So I always forget. Get rid of that. Fill it up. The filling sign disappeared, so I thought that had finished. But it hadn't. I know what else I'm going to do. I'm just going to roll this forwards a bit. Or backwards, I should say. Not forwards. Still a few things I want to take off this to lighten it as well. There we go. She's fired up nicely there. Now, why have you done that, you stupid door? Come on. Right. I'm curious. Let's try it and see what happens. Will it work? Or will I end up just killing a good engine? We're about to find out. It will actually fire with a spark plug missing. Takes longer to turn over, but it will actually work. Got no idea why my door is glitched like that. Oh, it's just fixed itself. Okay. Put this back in the toolbox. This in the junk pile. We do not need window lifters because we do not have windows. There we go. So I've now got a spare set of window lifters. Apart from that one, that's broken. That one is broken. Need screwdriver next. Because where we're going, we don't need door mirrors. So, and we also don't need sun flaps. If the mirrors worked, I'd have left them on, but for the purpose of this build, it's not needed. Right. I think, weight reduction wise, that is pretty much everything I can take off. Unless I take that off. You know what? I've got the screwdriver in my hand. Let's take that off as well. There we go. That is it. Everything else is needed. Be interesting to see how fast this is as is. I've just realised there is actually one more thing that can come off. Ooh. Know what I'm looking for, I'm just having trouble finding the bolts. That's one. Can't find it. There it is. We don't need these. Okay. Instead of drop that on the floor, let's put that in there. There's a good dizzy I could have taken off of that. Never mind. Probably a good spark plug as well. The block is junk though. This rail's got a bit of a stance to it. Look at that. Even though it's lowered. Right. Pick up as much junk as possible and go and get rid of it. And all of this. Right, let's just go sleep. Like so. Right, question. Do I take this down to the pawn shop or bin it? Pawn shop. What's that? Oh, still got a light bulb in it. Oh yeah, got to change that. In we go. And just because I'm lazy, here we go. Push this out of the way because there's no driver's seat in it. What interior panels did I need? I need rear left, rear right. I guess they're both rear panels and a driver's seat in red. Let's go to the junkyard to see if we can get lucky and find something. You never know. Probably do this and call it quits for the video. I've just got to remember there's two parts for this because I had to pause and deal with the phone call. Just wondering what I was putting my feet on under the desk. That's where Smudge is laying. I've got to decide whether to record another episode of my garage or perhaps find this. No, I think I'll spit my words out. I think I will find a different game to play because I've been playing this one quite a lot lately. Apart from last week when I was just too busy and too tired to put a video together. Which I apologise for. I should have thought ahead and got some pre-recorded over last weekend, but never mind. That's what I'm going to be doing in the future. I think I need a front one of them for the other truck build. What's that for? It's for the Neve. No, they're bad wires. I wasn't going to buy that, but my finger slipped and hit the button, so I've now got a fuel tank for an F100 and F350. You never know, I may actually need it for the F350 I want to build. The box on the back. Yeah, I'm not really interested in paintable headers. I don't think. That's a coupe. I don't want the coupes, I need lad. And that is just typical. Look at that, it's got a white interior. That's a coupe there, isn't it? Yep. Actually, I could take the driver's seat out of these because they're the same. And that's got the beige interior. Has this one got a red interior? Pretty much got no interior. The driver's seat. What you got to say?
What are you building?
Well, I'm in your junkyard looking for parts. I'd have said I was building a car, wouldn't you? Well, then again, I suppose it could be a truck. Right. I'm going to go with a refresh. Once more, we'll see if anything's in there. I wish my cat wasn't laying under my desk because I keep forgetting and keep putting my feet on him. The silly thing is, he won't move. He's giving me such a funny look because I keep putting my feet on him. But it's not my fault. You're the one laying in the way. Is it me or is this taking longer to load this time? Never mind. Must have said the magic word. Nope. The car's loaded in. Yep. What's that? Oh, shock absorber for the bikes. We have a lad with a black interior. Wrong colour. There's a Neve. I think these seats are the same as well on the lads and Neves. But that's a right seat. I need a left. No seats in that one. Nope. What about you? No. I haven't found any door cards lying about. What does this go on? I'll fit a Chad as well. 22 bucks, not box. Yeah, we'll have that. Let's go fit that to our lad. Why not? So, are they bolts or screws? They're bolts. Get that bolted on. Wrong way. Is that the only two? Is there only the one either side, or? I can only see the one either side, so there we go. Got a spoiler. Wait a minute, I think I had a couple sitting around here, didn't I? Oh, I have. Got another one there. I'll stick them on another car. Wrong door, it's left-hand drive, isn't it? Stick it in reverse. Ooh, those brakes work a lot better. Tell you what, It's quite fast for a standard lad. Holy. That was just lightening the car and lowering it and putting a fin on the back. And changing the diff. That was the other thing I changed, wasn't it? Whoop. Okay, let's get a bit glitchy. I'm going to slow down. Wow. I'm impressed just for a standard i4. Hate it when the game does that. You know what? Just for a comparison. I can't hop in that one, can I? So I haven't got a driver's seat in it. I know what one I can hop into, though. Well, technically, with the rusty floors, this has got weight reduction. See? Big hole in the boot. Big hole in each floor. See, this one is also standard, but this has got all the extra windows and interior. So we'll take this for a blast down there as well, just for comparison. When I figured out what gear I want. This has also got the smaller wheels on the front as well. Cool, that stiff suspension makes a difference as well. Not bad. Am I going to get round there without hitting the wall? Yep. I'm on the red line. I came to a stop eventually. That's weird. This car actually hit 6,000 revs and the other one didn't. Maybe this one's actually got the better i4 in it. Let's put this back over here out of the way. Yeah, I couldn't get that one to hit 6,000 revs, but this one did. Oh yeah, I still got to replace that scuttle panel, haven't I? Okay, so next video we're going to work on an engine. Oh, but first, let's decide what we're going to do, shall we? I've already decided I want a V8 in it. What sort of V8 though? So many choices of carbs and so many choices of different ratio rockers. I'm going to have to race camshaft though, and a lightweight flywheel, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those forged pistons. I'll put a stroker crankshaft in it. A couple of those. Triple carb, all-around carburetors. Do I go for a carburetor like that, something different, as I've already got a blown... I've actually got a couple of cars, I think, with a blown V8. Quad carburetor there. I could go tunnel around because you do get the scoop for it. You know what? That's what we'll go for then. Just to be different, because I haven't done an engine with a tunnel ram on it. And then which rockers would be best to put in it? Oh, I didn't see the racing cylinder heads either. I thought they were paintable. Do I put the exhaust stacks on? Ooh. Or do I put the side? You know what? I'm going to go for side exits. I think performance parts wise, that is it. Nah, I don't want a nitrous bottle. Yeah, pretty certain I've got everything else out there. Blower filter, we'll need that. There we go, I think I've got everything I'm going to need. Everything else is out here. I've got a choice of blocks to use, which is really all I need is just to pick a block. I will need a couple of head gaskets, but I've pretty much got everything else in here. Right. Just got to close these doors, otherwise that's going to annoy me. I'm just pushing back out of the way. Got some... I don't know whether to keep these or not, because that's what I took off of that. I don't need them, do I? Because I don't... I'm in two minds now whether to put a white interior on this one. No, I think the red actually goes better with this car's colour, doesn't it? We got sun flaps? Oh, we have. Can't remember if the clocks worked on this one. I think they do. Right. Anyway, I'm going to end the video here, guys. So thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Next time, we'll get the engine built. We'll drop it in there. And we'll go somewhere and give it a test run. I might actually take the windshield out of that as well. So, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And please check the description for links to my other two YouTube channels and my Discord server, and feel free to check those out. And of course, if you like what you're seeing, then feel free to subscribe to the channel. It's free. It will just notify you every time I upload a video. Again, thanks for watching, guys. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye.